Hey guys, how's it going? We started things off with a little hopscotch heucherella planting out in my parents' garden. And I just tossed a camera up to try to capture the process because my mom was inside cooking dinner and we were trying really hard to be very fast so that our project was done by the time dinner was ready. And we made it. We made it in time. And the heucherella look absolutely beautiful where they ended up in my parents' garden. And those came from the large concrete containers that used to be on our east fence line. We planted them up last fall with blue spruce trees, which we just recently planted out in the dirt lands. 9 of them, 9 blue spruce trees. It's gonna be so pretty and they look so cute out there. But then we surrounded them with 3 heucherella pansies, which all the pansies are going to Bethany's house. Yeah, so that kind of took care of cleaning all of those out, which is great because we have so many annuals that I would like to plant, some of which are going to go in those pots. Not today though. So I desperately want to be planting annuals today, but we have 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts today and all day yesterday. And I thought, you know, annuals, they're pretty tough and I already have planted a few out, but I don't want to just take them out of this perfect little cocoon of a high tunnel and subject them to that. It's supposed to be nicer tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get more of it done tomorrow. So today what we are going to be doing is some shrub planting. I think just shrubs. Shrubs and a couple roses. No, and a couple perennials. Kind of a mixed bag. But they're all things that have been sitting outside and they're used to the wind and I'm not stressed about leaving them out in the gusts today. And I am wearing a little puffy thing on my mic to hopefully cut down with any wind disturbance. But let me run through what we are going to be planting real quick. We've got 2 Boscobel David Austin roses, which one of you guys actually sent out to us last year. And I never got around to planting them. I'm not sure why, but we just didn't get it done. So I potted them up. They look really good in their containers. And they're to finish off a little grouping we have at the end of the west side. We've also got 14 El Nino chitalpas to put in the ground, which I'm so excited about. I'm going to show you the ones that we recently cut back. It's been a couple weeks now, just to show you that the stems that we left are pretty much done and that we're going to take them down all the way today. But the El Nino chitalpas here in our area, they die back to the ground in my experience. Now this is my 3rd year with them, so who knows, if we have a real mild winter one year, they might come back all the way. The ones I have, we wintered over here in the high tunnel, so they're beautiful. They came back just beautifully. But even when they do die back to the ground, they flush back with growth really fast, and they grow tall and produce so many fragrant flowers. They're just an amazing shrub. We've got a Montana moss juniper I'd like to plant, and I will show you a mature one out in the south garden, and we recently planted one. Maybe not recently, wasn't that last fall or was that this spring? I can't remember. We planted one by the Dream Stream and it looks beautiful. And I want to say the tag says those grow like 5 feet wide by 2 feet tall. I might be wrong on that because mine's quite a bit bigger than that. And then we're going to finish things off with a couple more of those, is it Boscobel hardy geraniums? We planted some underneath the weeping willow tree in that area and I had 2 little spots I needed 2 more for, and I got them. So we're going to pop those in today. Aaron's mowing. He did not see me peeking out of the high tunnel. Oh, but look in here. I just want to put a chair up. Put a chair in here and just enjoy all of these beautiful plants. Oh my goodness. Such an exciting time of year. All right, out into the windy weather. At least the sun is shining. We do have a 90-degree day on our forecast this week. Doesn't feel like it today. I have to wear a vest. It's chilly. But here are the plants. Look at these Boscobel roses. Oh my word. They're huge and just loaded up with buds and absolutely beautiful. Here are the geraniums. Boscobel, I don't know. Super pretty. Our Montana moss juniper and our El Nino chitalpas. And look at this. They leafed out on all the stems that were left from last year and they are loaded up with ladybugs. How strange. I don't see any aphids on these plants whatsoever. There's another one right there. Oh, that is so fun. I actually saw our first swallowtail butterfly this morning as well. And it was hanging on for dear life. It was on a pansy and it was just getting blown around. Oh, my goodness. Gotta love it. All right, we need to stop by the barn for a shovel. I have the 9-inch auger already, which we will use in some of the spots. I need my gloves and our loppers for the chitalpas. Ooh, while we're in this area though, just stop quick. We've got the Montana moss juniper, the one we planted more recently over here. See it right there? I love the structure of that plant, and it might be a little hard to see. It's in dappled sun at the moment, but in the afternoon it's in full-on sun. So I'm hoping it just kind of fills in this area. These kind of freak me out, but they really are helpful. I have so much junk up here. I don't know what in the world. Okay, I do have gloves. That's good. Okay, here's a bigger Montana moss. Look at this thing. It's got to be 10 feet from this side to that side, I betcha. And at least that from this side to that side. 2 feet's pretty apt, but boy, I just love it. I think the structure is beautiful, and it's just such a great filler kind of plant, honestly, and good winter interest. Isn't it crazy? Like the difference, look at the one in the container versus the one that's older. This is going on its 4th growing season out here, just to give you an idea of how long it took. The website says that this plant grows 2 to 4 feet tall with a spread of 3 to 5 feet. Lies. Not even close. 2 to 4 feet, yes. 3 to 5 feet, no. Of course, our area, like the only native plant to our area other than like goat heads and cheatgrass and things like that, are junipers. So junipers thrive in our area, so that could be why. They might stay smaller in different climates, different areas. Okay, but while we're over here, I'm gonna grab the pruners and we're gonna go take a look at those chitalpas. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. Today is just kind of about like getting a few things done and trying to, I don't know, withstand the wind. So those are right over here. So you might remember when we came over and we pruned these down. They were quite a lot bigger and there was still some green left in the stem. So I thought, well, let's just wait and see what happens, see if they push any growth. You can see that this stem pushed a little bit more growth, but all the rest of them haven't. So what I'm gonna do is just come in with my pruners and lop them off. Did I leave him enough space? Oh, thread the needle. Nope. Oh, he's doing it. Yep, he made it. All right. They've hardened up a little bit since the last time I was out here. So these are supposed to grow like 10 to 15 feet tall. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one down just so it matches the rest of the plant. Oh, so much better. So 10 to 15 feet tall by 8 to 10 feet wide. So more like a small tree, but I think when you plant them on the lower end of their growing zone, which I think there is 6 through 9 or 6 through 10, maybe we can put it up on the screen. I think that they just maybe suffer a little bit more dieback, which makes them stay a little bit smaller. But it's amazing, like you see what the plant looks like today cut back, it will still grow over 6 feet in this season. And it will produce tons of flowers. It blooms on new wood. So anyway, I just wanted to show you an update on this since we did come out here together and we talked through kind of this whole thing already, and we were doing a little experiment on if they would push more growth. And there's the other two. So you can see that one, all the growth is at the bottom. Same here. Boy, goodness. Done. Looks better. Well, that was easy. Now we can go plant. We are going to start with the Boscobel roses, and they are going to accompany the other 3 Boscobels that are already here. And that was the original plan. I just couldn't get my hands on them, so I was so thankful to receive these. So I'm going to put 1, 2 in here, and we'll have a little bit of room possibly for something else at some point. But you can see how wonderfully these are doing in this space already. So you've got one planted here, here, and right here, and they are loaded. Of course, these are a little bit ahead of the game because they've been in a little bit more heat. They were in the high tunnel until maybe just a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. Oh my goodness, yes. Also, let's just take a quick stroll. Oh, it's pretty protected right here. You can see, like, look at the plants, a little bit breezy, but not bad right here. There's some beautiful things. The thrift has got a bunch of color. Things are just starting to grow up. Oh, the ajuga looks pretty. I need more of that. Like I want to fill in these front sections with some low growing stuff like that. Maybe some lamium. Iris. Look at all the blooms we're going to have here in a minute. Just loving this spot. I'll look down the other way. Now I did plant some bulbs in these urns. I can't, what are they? Aren't they some type of muscari, like the Magical Fantasy? Where are the blooms? All my other ones have bloomed already. These just came up with greens. I don't know what the deal is there. Also, look at this pink ajuga. Oh, it's so pretty. Love that. Okay, let's get these in the ground. This is just gonna finish it off beautifully. Oh, those look so good. Can you imagine when these grow and fill in and they're this size, what this is gonna look like when it's all in bloom? Maybe we can pop some footage up of these, what they look like when they're in bloom, because it's incredible. And this one was giving me fits. I had to dig it up twice and scoot it. Keep scooting it this way. For some reason, I could not get the spacing right, but I wanted to make sure that they had plenty. These grow 4x4, and they are a zone 5 through 11. So they span quite a lot of growing zones. Can't wait to see them in bloom. Okay, I think we'll go plant the geraniums next just because I know exactly where they're gonna go. Those are easy. And I don't think the iris were in bloom yet when we planted these original ones. Look at these. I think I mentioned that all of these plants, like the lilac, the Russian hawthorn, and the iris, all tend to overlap for just a short amount of time in their bloom season. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful spot. I love it. But when I planted these geraniums, let me grab these. I really want for them to fill in and be a really, large kind of ground cover-ish type perennial thing in here. So I'm going to put one here and also one right under here. That kind of finishes it off for me. Okay, let's get them in. I found spots for at least 3 of the chitalpas around the pond area, and I did pop one over the fence for one of our neighbors because I know they've been on the watch for one. So we've got 13 to plant instead of 14. I think one would look really pretty right in here. One right here. Where was the third spot? I know it's probably hard to see from here, but we'll have one peeking through from over there. I'm gonna grab one and put it just to the right of the birch tree, right in there, and then this one. So we'll have a trio in the area, so they'll all be blooming at the same time and you'll be able to see that color kind of throughout. I think that will be nice. Like one right in here. Perfect. All right, these look great. So this one I'm hoping will kind of grow and like mask this little post. And I want to plant some kind of a really soft sort of perennial grass in front of it or around it so that you can still access it, but it'll also kind of help hide it a little bit more. But this will be beautiful here, and it will provide some fragrance in this area, as will this one. I think that will just fill in beautifully right there. And the last one right in here. I really like the bright green in there. I think it's a good look because we've got a Royal Frost birch here, and then there's some Beaujolais loosestrife, which has got more of a sagey green leaf, and then a pine and a spruce. So it'll be nice to have a little bit more of a bright green in here. All right, 11 more plants to go, 10 chitalpas and 1 juniper. Oh, you guys, right before I was about ready to pull away from this area, I thought, wouldn't it be beautiful to have a whole bunch of that gorgeous color here in the summertime from the chitalpas? So I popped 5 in here. So we've got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, it's gonna smell so good in this area. Okay, 6 more plants. Now let me tell you what, I'm so glad Aaron wanted to put flags in the ground instead of just paint, because do you see any paint where we painted out all the walkways and flower beds? I don't. The wind just takes it right away, so the flags are nice. That way we don't have to come out and do that again. You know, I would love to have some up here, but we've got to do some retooling first. I think I want to pop a few up here. I love this space so much. We did plant a black lace elderberry in here last year, and it didn't thrive for whatever reason, which I don't normally have that issue with black lace, but I do want to try again. So that's what's going to go right here so that we have sort of a continuation. You can see one there and then also one over there. I think it would be nice to have a third one in this space. So that means it'll fill in this area, and we can pop a chitalpa right in here. And then possibly like one tucked in here, and then maybe a third. Oh, maybe all 5 of them. Such a great plant. They would be great at the front of the property. Greet people with the fragrance when they drive in. All right, so we've got one here, one here, one right here, and I do think right in this area I'd like to do something else with red foliage, not a black lace elderberry because I already have 3, maybe like a smoke bush or something, I don't know. And then another one right through here. Aren't these snowball bushes beautiful? I love them. Tucked in right here along the back lane. I think that's really sweet. And it's right along with a lot of the things that we transplanted last year. This is the Drops of Jupiter oregano. We transplanted all of these geraniums right here and a chunk of the grass from in front of the house, which apparently a hollyhock came with it. So yeah, things are looking great back here. 1 chitalpa, 1 juniper left. Oh, I just noticed all the new growth on this blue sky Serbian spruce. Look at those soft new candles. Just love this tree so much. Also love the bloomerang dark purple lilac. Yep. Every garden should have one. So pretty. It blooms throughout the season too, not just right now. We just planted one at the top of the Dream Stream, and I knew I wanted it there because of how spectacular that one is. Out here in the dirt lands, these two look great here. We've got an angel white lilac. There's the last chitalpa. The juniper will fill in this space. And then to the right, we've got some show off forsythias and some other really fun stuff. Well, I love where everything ended up today. I just couldn't be more pleased with all the chitalpas. It's gonna be so glorious. And then getting the roses in and the geraniums, those little things that kind of button up areas that we've started and I just needed to finish. That always feels good. But other than that, I have nothing else to say except for I'm calling Uncle on this day and I'm gonna go inside. I'm done. Done with this wind. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and we will see you in the next one. Bye.